We've been talking about devotion to God for a while now. We've been talking about prayer, intimacy. And by the way, we're going to continue. It's going to be something that you're going to hear pretty much nonstop because prayer is everything. It's the reason that I'm here. It's the reason I'm alive and breathing today. And the reason you're alive and breathing today is for intimacy, to walk in the cool of the day. He came and he lived and he died so that you and I could live again in the cool of the day with the Lord. And but I want to show you something that I saw in the Word today. Speaking of God's devotion to us, because yes, we need to be focused on our devotion to God. We need to be aware of it, and it needs to be something that is being provoked to go deeper always. Because in the kingdom, to even maintain what you have today, you're going to have to go after the more. That's just the way the kingdom works. But I think sometimes it can help it if we understand how devoted he is to us. And some of us, like me, steeped in sin, felonies, failed marriage, all the stuff before I got saved, don't even deserve to speak the name of Jesus. I don't even know why I'm still alive. It's a miracle. But the point is that I'm alive because he came and lived for me, lived out the perfection and the life that was required to absolve wrath and to appease the law. And then he gave it to me as though I had done it myself. This is good news. This is beautiful. And my devotion to God is going to be where I find my freedom in. But what I want us to see is sometimes it helps to understand how much he's devoted to us. Someone like me coming from where I come from the other side of the tracks, from the deep pits of addiction and all these things that my life wrote and spoke of before Christ came and redeemed it all. Before that took place, it was easy for me to see where God was devoted to me once I got saved. It was easy for me to see where, oh man, he was coming after me in so many different ways, in so many different of these seasons where I thought I was all alone. I thought I was, there was no reason we're living, all that stuff. Even tried to unalive myself one time. But the point I'm making is when we get into Christianity and we get into following Jesus, where does the understanding of devotion come from? And I believe that the answer is from us understanding how devoted he is to us. And then even once we get out of these crisis moments, understanding that he's still coming after us. So in other words, he's not coming after us just to get us out of the crisis moments. He's coming after us because he's in love with us. So without further ado, welcome back to Love Note. Grateful to be here with you guys today. We're going to be looking at this passage that I saw in Psalms 57:10, and we're going to look at the Bereans translation because it just brings out something really beautiful that I saw. It's the BSB Berean Study Bible, and so let's go ahead and jump right off into it. Stay to the end. We're going to look at a couple steps here together. So it says right here, "For your loving devotion reaches the heavens, and your faithfulness reaches to the clouds." So right here, the psalmist, he's looking back and he's looking at number one. We have to conceptualize or open our hearts to the reality of what God has done for us. So that's number one. In other words, we have to take a step back out of self so that we can actually understand what God has done for us. So the first thing is we got to consider what God's done for us. And when looking at this sample set or this data called your life before Jesus, you're going to see that God did a lot for us. So that's number one. We're seeing what God did. And then in doing that, we're going to see that it was so full that it was all the way to the heavens. What Jesus did for me, what lengths he went to rescue and to redeem me, it's all the way to the heavens. And then what this devotion is going to do is it's going to stir and provoke devotion from me, devotion from you to go after heaven because of what he did for us, not to be loved by him, but because we are loved by him. We're going to go after heaven. And then three, the final and last before we get ready to land our plane on our short time here together today, is that this is going to really invoke this understanding of the faithfulness of God. Faithfulness. Not only was he committed and devoted, but he's faithful, which means he doesn't miss. He doesn't miss. He's not going to miss. He's never going to not show up. And in fact, his word promises that he will complete the work that he started in you. What is this work that he speaks of? The work of salvation. He will complete it. He will carry you to the end. And it's going to be by his grace alone that we will have fruit that remains and that we will glorify the name of Jesus. And we will be standing when the end time sifting takes place, which I believe that we're even here already in many ways. So today, I want you to be encouraged. Let's take a moment. After this video is over in the next 20 seconds, let's take a moment to shut our world down. And let's get in the place of prayer and intimacy. And let's just sit back and meditate and chew on what God's done for us. Y'all be blessed.